Hey Scruffy, how you doing? You okay? So I'm a little bit later tonight. So I just came from my run. So I was trying to avoid the heat. So did you get any more fights? So I saw Boots today on the way back from my run. So he was next door. So yeah, he's a little close, but I can't do much until he's actually like here. Because if I tried scaring him on my neighbor's property, he could actually run over here. So I don't want to do that. So you got your smelly fish tonight. Does the fish sound good? Okay, well I'm gonna bring it out, okay? Okay, I'm gonna step back. Water. Okay. I'm gonna change your water. Putting water in. Okay. Sit down and good. So you're acting a little more normal. Not after. Okay. So yeah, you're still skittish from the scissors, aren't you? I don't know why that traumatized you so much. You weren't even close to the scissors. So the weather was supposed to be warmer today. So next week is supposed to get hot. So I've been worrying about the heat all day. So I adjusted my schedule to try to avoid the heat. Scruffy's a little more vigorous today, so that's a good thing. And there's a little bite. So I think he's getting over his shock of scissors. So that's a good thing. So I was trying to schedule my day so I could avoid running at the hottest period. So I was doing homework assignments pretty much all day. So one of the things I have to do are drawing risk graphs for stock options trades. So basically, there's kind of a homework assignment where you do paper trades and then you fill out a whole bunch of information so you can track what you did and then and prove to yourself that you can draw like the risk graph so you know what your maximum gain is, your maximum loss, and how the trade moves depending on where the stock price goes or where time goes or what happens with volatility. So the drawing the graph part, haven't had to do that since like college. Getting out the pencil and paper and straight edge, and actually have colored pencils if you need to draw multiple lines, which I did. So the instructor wants us to do it by hand instead of a computer, because he feels we'll learn it better if we can do it, do it ourselves. And he's probably right, so that's why I'm doing it. I remember way back in college, so I had a graphing calculator, hated the thing, so awkward to use, slow as heck too. We have these powerful microprocessors in our computers and whatever, and then we pay, at the time, hundreds of dollars for this graphing calculator, which has an inferior processor in it, and it's way more expensive than buying like a CPU for a computer. Makes no sense, and these calculators have like no RAM, and display sucks. So now we got the smartphones and whatever, blows away what's on these graphing calculators. But even back when I was in college, state of the art was still way better than graphing calculator. But I remember one homework problem I had, the graphing calculator completely misgraphed the problem, because if you did it by hand, or understood how to do it, you get one graph, and then the calculator was wrong. And I wish I had reported that. I should have wrote a letter or somehow contacted the calculator manufacturer. Because I've heard if you find bugs, sometimes they reward you for that type of thing. But it was also satisfying because, it's like, oh, I understood this problem well enough that I knew the calculator was wrong. So that was a nice feeling. So I've been doing risk graphs all day. I was behind, and there's a lot of he wants you to do a whole bunch of things. So I've been trying to catch up. Not that there's like a deadline or anything. I've just been trying to move along in my education as quickly as I can, and I ended up doing the first parts of the trades where I was recording all the information, but I put off the graphs, and so I had a backlog of graphs I needed to do. So I got 3 more that I got to do before I start my next batch of trades. So because I moved my schedule around, so I was just basically focusing on all the homework. And then I said, okay, I'm going to go for a run at the end of the day when it starts cooling down. But since it never actually got as hot as I expected, I probably could have ran earlier, but I didn't. But one of my regrets, I think, now is I kind of wish I did run earlier, did something, because I ate my breakfast or brunch or whatever you call it. I eat kind of late, so it's kind of a brunch time. And by the time I got to my run, I was actually really hungry. And was actually kind of struggling on the run because I think I just needed some food because it's been so long. But I don't want to eat more because I'm trying to stick to my diet. So I got to figure out how to adapt when it gets hotter because I'm not sure how I'm gonna balance eating and when I actually go out for exercise. Okay, Scruffy, I think we're ready for food, aren't we? Okay, let's get your food. Got your smelly fish tonight. Okay, so I'm going to switch brushes now. My nose is kind of itchy and like a little runny. I think it's allergies. Yeah, all the pollen in the air, probably. Springtime. And then the fact that I was just out there running at the park. And yeah, there was a bit of a breeze. Yeah, check the air quality indicator too. And yeah, it's a little... It's in the yellow track, which I was surprised because we haven't had any fires yet. But yeah, apparently the yellow is caused by the pollen. So I guess we have a lot of pollen in the air right now. Okay, I'm done. So I did my 7 1/6 miles. So four laps plus another half mile. So my first 3 laps, that was, yeah, I think I set a new best time. Not by much, but it was a best time regardless. Though I ended up slowing down quite a bit on the last lap, so yeah, gave back all the time and more, but I don't care. So I did well. I have been thinking I want to try to extend past the 7 1/6 miles to something a little more, but yeah, I was starting to feel, so even the whole run actually I was kind of feeling a little bit of fatigue. I was actually surprised that I was doing so well those first 3 laps because I thought, based on how I was feeling, I thought I'd be like really slow today, and instead, you know, it's my best time. But yeah, by the time I got to the last lap and then that last half mile extra that I did, I was thinking, yeah, I'm not gonna go any further. Plus, it's late, so I've been, you know, basically pushing it to getting close to sunset. So basically, I get back here and then I can feed Scruffy. Still on my gym clothes, but I put on the jeans and heavy sweatshirt for protection. So I'm wearing heavy clothes right now on top of my running clothes. So as I mentioned on my walk back, yes, I saw Boots for the first time in a while, and yeah, he was in my neighbor's garden. So I was really tempted to try to scare him, but I think he might just run. He might run back towards here, which would not be helpful. So if I see him here, though, yeah, I'm going to definitely have to scare him away. So I don't know if he and Scruffy have gotten in a fight recently, or if all the torn fur I'm looking at is a result of his previous battle. So I saw Scruffy today, I think this morning. Actually, yeah, it was pretty much most of the day. So I was looking for him. I didn't see him initially. And then I saw him sleeping on the deck, basically next to the chair here. So where that stool is, he's been kind of lying on the deck, sleeping on that deck, kind of in that vicinity. So like under the stool, next to the stool. And I was surprised. I don't think I've ever seen him sleep there before. And I'm surprised to pick that area of all places, especially since he has the chair. I thought he liked the chair more now, since he's gotten accustomed to the chair. So at first I was a little worried maybe he was sick or something was wrong and he was picking that spot for some reason to get my attention. And I thought that it's actually really easy for me to see. I have to actually hold the camera up from the kitchen window and point down. So the only reason I saw him was I was trying. It's actually not easy to see him when he's in the chair either, so I have to kind of climb up and look down. And when I looked at the chair, I accidentally saw him on the deck. So he was there for a while, then he left, and then he was in a different position for a while, I think under the stool. And then eventually he left, and then later, eventually finally saw him on the chair. So when I see he was back on the chair, yeah, I figured, yeah, he's probably back to normal. So maybe he just likes sleeping on the deck. I don't know. It's a weird cat. So I didn't give him any chicken skin tonight. So since he's been acting funny, I think I want to go back to kind of a normal routine. So let's get over the scissors trauma and take it from there. So he's a little closer to normal tonight, so maybe I'll give him the chicken skin tomorrow. But when I left last night, when I was cleaning up, I took the water out to dump it in the plants, so I had to kind of walk not directly past Scruffy, but I had to get a little closer to him. The moment I started approaching him, he took off. He looked terrified, and I don't know where he took off to. I think he just ran off the deck. So yeah, he has some trust issues going on right now. Not that he's ever trusted me, but yeah, he definitely seems worse since the scissors. So I don't know why scissors freaked him out so much. I didn't do anything with him. I don't think he knows what scissors are. So anyway, I'm really hungry, so I'm actually hoping to finish this soon so I can go in. So that's about where he was hanging out last night. So I was walking around that corner. So as I approached that corner, yeah, he bolted. in the other direction, so he went the other way. So I don't think I'm going to toss the water out in the garden tonight, because that'll just terrify him, so I think I'm just going to bring the water in with me. So, since he seems to be done with dinner and just grooming himself in kind of a awkward position for the camera, I think I'm just going to go in here. So thanks for watching, and I will see you tomorrow.